Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is back to school season, so my first son and my second son, they are going back to school. It's actually a resumption day for my first son. My second son used to go to St. Greg, Ikoyi. So for some reasons, we had to pull him out from the school so that he can now join my first son in his school. So my first son is putting on his complete school uniform, and my second son is just putting on his former school uniform. So when we get to the school now, they will now give him his own uniforms. So I am giving them perfumes. It's a Michael Back to Sender perfume. So, and oil so that they can apply on their head, on their body also. So from there, we are already fully packed. So now we're about to go upstairs in order to pray. So as you can see, they are going upstairs to pray. Yeah, they need to pray. Family that prays together stays together. So as you can see, they are now upstairs. I told them to pray to God for divine protection, for his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding upon them. And after they were done praying, I had to also pray for them as their mom. My hubby is not in town, so I'll be the one taking them back to school with the driver. So as you can see, as their mom, I had to pray for them. And I'm praying for God to protect them for me. Praying for divine wisdom, knowledge, and understanding upon them. Retentive memory upon them. Spirit of coordination upon them. Let they be more relaxed. They are hyperactive children. So I'm praying to God to give them a relaxed, calm mind so that they can be able to understand what they are being taught in school. I also ask them to pray for themselves, as siblings, and wish themselves well. So they are done praying, and I had to also tell their younger ones to also pray for them and wish them well. The younger ones are still in primary school. Dr. Godwin is in primary 2 and Stephen is in primary 4. My first son is in JSS 3. Then the one I'm putting on white is in JSS 1. My first son is preparing for junior WAEC. So as you can see, Godwin is praying for Michael, and Stephen will also soon pray for Alex. So when they were done praying, we had to move their things into the car. And after that, we had to eat. So that's because it's gonna be a long journey from Lagos to Ogun State. Yeah, their school is in Ogun State, a very nice school. A very nice Catholic school for boys in Ogun State. Christ the King College, Odolewu, Ogun State. So as you can see, the driver is packing their stuff into the car. He's the one that used to drive me in a far place. Any place I do not feel like driving, the driver will be the one to take me there and bring me back. As Munyodo. Then if it is the one I feel like driving, then I'll drive by myself. But if it is the one that I do not feel like driving, I'll call him, and later my husband will settle him. So it's breakfast time. We are eating oba with pap. I couldn't wait for the pap to be ready. My kids said they wanted to take tea, but unfortunately they were already putting on their school uniform, so I said no tea. Thankfully in your school they give you guys tea, milk, bread, and all sorts. So since they do not feed you guys with oba, you guys should just manage it this morning. So they ended up eating oba. As you can see, I'm enjoying my own because I also have to eat in order to get strength for the waka that comes with back to school registration and all that, especially when my second son is joining his brother today. So as you can see, they are eating their own oba before we can now finally leave the house. So as you can see, they are done eating, and now we're about to leave. Yeah, we're about to leave. So because we need to leave very early in order to be in school before 10-11, because once it is 3, they will lock the gates. So back to school is within 10 to 3 p.m. So as you can see, their brothers hugging them. I am raising my children with love. I want them to be there for each other, to love each other. Even when I am no longer there, let them always be there for each other. And I hope their future wives are being raised in love too, because I don't want a situation whereby after raising my children in a home full of love and peace, then they will now go and marry into a chaotic, negative and toxic homes. In fact, it's not going to be their portion. Amen. So I'm praying for their future wives. Let them be women of value, raised in love. So tada, we are leaving. As you can see, we are leaving the house. I told one of my girlfriend that my children are going to marry her daughter. That is why I'm very careful with anybody I call my friend now. Because in future, I see my kids marrying some of their daughters. It's easier that way. So I am very intentional when it comes to any female friendship now. I don't just make friends for friendship's sake. I look out for women raising children in love. So with love or in love, whichever one. Children with positive mindset, full of love. So tada! On our way to the school in Ogun State, we had to stop by somewhere in order to buy plantain porridge and other stuff. Because, that's one of my husband's favorites, and he goes to work with it as breakfast or lunch. So I saw where they were selling it. We decided to stop by so that we can get some. So as you can see, we bought a bunch of unripe plantain. As you can see, my kids inside the car. They have other things too. I also bought Odara. I also bought water leaf because my husband loves water leaf. Sometimes he will tell me to prepare his stew with water leaf or unripe plantain with water leaf. Tada! We are now inside the school. Some parents are already here. As you can see, the cars. The school is very big, a very big school in Ogun State. So let's proceed inside so that they can complete their back to school registration, check their weight, check their temperature. Then the house parents will cross-check their bags to be sure that they are back with the complete uniform and books. Then the account officer will also check to be sure we have paid school fees. Because if you have not paid your child or children's school fees, they will not be allowed inside the school. You will go back with them. So what this school is, it is exactly when they are resuming, they are also collecting the school fees. Not cash, or you have to do transfer or bank payments. Then show them the receipts and they will now issue you your own personal receipts. So as you can see inside the hall, a lot of parents are in there with their kids and their luggages. So I am already almost done with my first son's back to school registration because he's already a student. So the process I am currently on now is my second son. We had to go for his clothes, school uniform. So as you can see, he had to test them to be sure it is his size. Unfortunately, they didn't give us some. So the ones they gave us, I had to collect it and start writing names on them. Because I don't want a situation whereby the next time I'll come, he will not tell me, Mommy, somebody took my uniform. So luckily for me, I had a permanent marker in my bag. So I now have to use it to write his names so that when he's on break, I will now take it to where they'll monogram it. So as you can see, I am writing names on his new school uniform. Like I said, my husband traveled, so I had to be the one to do the runs. Had it been he's in town, he would definitely follow me. So we are already done with almost everything. Now it is time for them to move their things in the school hostel. I love the fact that my second son is in this school. At least he will be helping his brother. And the siblings bonding continues. Hopefully, the remaining two will also join them in this school. Because the school is giving me exactly what I want. Not just academically, even character-wise. So we are done and I am leaving. We are leaving. As you can see, the school is very massive. Very big school. Very big school. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So we are leaving the school premises now. As you can see, we are leaving. I thank God for everything. Ta-da! I am now in